Hey guys, welcome back to Clownfish TV. This is Neon, and we're going to talk about YouTube and Disney. YouTube TV lost Disney, ESPN, ABC, and as a result, they got to drop their price. We're talking about YouTube's live TV option. They couldn't work out a deal, so they dropped Disney. Let's talk about that. Before we get into it any further, please subscribe for more pop culture news, views, and rants, guys. Over 247,000 subs. Thank you so much for the support. Geeky is sitting this one out. She's busy doing Christmas stuff, but she will be back in the next video. Let's talk about this. A lot of people tagged us in on this story. It's kind of a big deal because they tried to work a deal out with Disney. Disney did not play ball, and now there is no ESPN on YouTube TV, which most people don't even care about YouTube TV. Do you guys watch YouTube TV? I don't know. It's interesting too because this is happening as Disney is jacking the rates on Hulu with live TV. It's like $70, $75 now. Started out as like $35-$40 when we started subscribing to it, and they keep cranking it up like at least $10 a year, and it's mostly Disney content. There really aren't a lot of channels on live TV. I'm actually saying here, like, is it even worth subscribing to anymore? Because you're paying almost as much as you pay for satellite for, just a bunch of Disney channels and some other stuff, National Geographic and a couple, broadcast channels that you can get for free. So I don't know, but this is coming from Newsweek. YouTube loses Disney, ESPN, ABC, drops price by $15. So apparently Disney cost them quite a bit. YouTube has lowered its subscription prices for customers after failing to strike a deal to carry channels owned by Disney. And again, part of this is, Disney's greed, and part of it is Disney, I think, probably wants to push people over to Hulu, Disney Plus, ESPN Plus, all that, because they're betting on streaming. From Saturday, 18 channels, including offerings from ESPN, ABC, and Disney Channel, will no longer appear on the live streaming service after negotiations failed to yield a deal. I thought it was all posturing. I actually thought it would go through, and it didn't. To make up for the fewer channels, YouTube TV, owned by Google, has dropped its monthly price for customers by $15 to $50 a month. Subscribers have been told in a blog post on Monday that the House of Mouse is an important partner for us and that hope to strike a deal with Disney if they could reach equitable terms ahead of their current agreement lapsing on Friday. Well, Disney seldom offers people equitable terms. It's kind of their way or the highway, usually. It said it wanted Disney to treat the streaming service like any other TV provider by giving them the same rates that similar-sized services pay across Disney's channels. In an updated blog post on Friday, YouTube TV said that despite the good faith negotiations with Disney over the several months, we've been unable to reach an equitable agreement before our existing one expired. The channels are no longer available on YouTube TV. We know this is frustrating news for our customers and not what we wanted. The post said, we will continue conversations with Disney to advocate on your behalf in hopes of restoring their content. In a tweet on Saturday, YouTube TV said, we worked hard to avoid this, but we were unable to reach a fair deal with Disney. And that would be Disney asking for the moon. We regret to share that as of December 17th, all Disney-owned channels are unavailable on the streaming service. Disney said that following the negotiations, YouTube TV had declined to reach a fair deal with us based on market terms and conditions. So they're throwing shade at YouTube. Statement Friday said that it was ready to reach an equitable agreement with Google as quickly as possible, adding, we hope Google will join us in that effort. The Verge reported the loss of the channels will be a blow to YouTube TV and staying competitive against other internet cable services like Hulu with Live TV or Fubo TV, as well as the Disney channels. FX, ESPN, and National Geographic will also be dropped. In October, an 11th hour deal was struck between YouTube and NBC Universal, which allowed them to keep the live TV service there. So, it's interesting because I think it's kind of, these companies, these studios realize that they need YouTube because of the reach of YouTube, but I think they're resentful of YouTube because YouTube has been taking eyeballs away from network TV. So they're not going to give them a deal. They're going to be like, you want our content, you're going to pay through the nose, but The end of it, I think they're going to have to work out some kind of a deal to stay relevant, because I think more and more people are going to start using, streaming television. And if they're already on YouTube watching freaking Coco Melon, then you might as well put your shit on there too, right? And that's kind of the way this works. Now, here's the Verge article. YouTube loses ESPN, other Disney networks after failing to reach a new deal. Here are the channels that are being axed. Local ABC News Live, Disney Junior, XD Freeform, FX. There's a whole bunch of those. National Geographic, like freaking 5 ESPNs, SEC Network, and ACC Network. But hey, you're getting $15 off, right? So now I'm waiting for Disney to do something slimy, like, hey, we'll give you so many free months of Hulu if you cut the cord from YouTube TV and come over to our $75 a month Hulu Live TV thing. Yeah, also from Verge, Hulu is the most expensive among similarly priced live TV streaming services like YouTube TV and Fubo. Both of those were around $65 a month. So I think it's Disney trying to kind of push people over to Hulu. It wouldn't surprise me at all. I mean, they have like a love-hate relationship with YouTube. They know YouTube is taking eyeballs away from their content. They've tried to basically buy YouTube by buying Maker Studios so they could advertise their stuff on YouTube, and it didn't go very well because they frankly don't understand YouTube or how YouTube works. So I think it's kind of an uneasy situation, because it's like, by giving people the ability to watch live TV on YouTube, you're actually encouraging them to just stay on YouTube. And the way YouTube works is it promotes, other content to people who are watching other stuff, right? So, you're basically pushing everybody over to YouTube. And this is kind of the situation all these streamers are running into, where they spent all this time putting their content on Netflix, only to have Netflix grow up to be this massive competitor, because they started producing their own stuff. And then they decided, at the 11th hour, they were going to pull out and go start their own streaming services. But at this point, you'd already created your own competition. I think that's probably, part of what's going on with YouTube too, is they're like, we're not going to help create our own competition, because YouTube has already dabbled in creating its own TV shows and everything too. So we'll see. I don't know. Anyway, the end of it, Hulu is way too damn expensive. So I'm going to wrap this one up. Please subscribe for more pop culture news, views, and rants, guys. We'll talk later.